Cissé. Oh, it's fabulous! A strike to get you up off your seats.
Hello and welcome to Seagulls Social. This is the Spurs away match preview, the last match preview of the season. And what a season it's been, boys. Ben, always good to have you, mate. Jack, always a pleasure. Ben, how are you, mate? How's things?
Good, man. Life's good at the moment. Exhausted, but yeah. Life is good. Saw Tyler the Creator on Wednesday, which was sick. Obviously missed the Liverpool pod, but yeah, went to the Liverpool match on Monday night, which was unreal.
I saw you.
So good to see. Did see you, yeah, that was nice.
Do you know,
Yeah,
I
that was a nice
barely
surprise.
remember that, to be honest. I wasn't even
Yeah,
that drunk.
good,
I don't know. I don't remember what I said to you.
Ben's
you
very
were just speaking about
unmemorable.
Zhao. You were actually in the know, Jack, because you were saying he's not in the squad. You reckon something's happened, he's off, and that sort of thing, weren't you?
Oh, yeah, I did. Yeah, I got that
Yeah.
from my secret source.
Yeah.
Ketchup.
Oh, in
And
BHAFC.
Jack, Jack, how are you, mate?
Yeah, good. Not much has changed. Just looking forward to the last game of the season, and then I can finally have no interactions with this sport for 2 months. That's not true either, because I'm going to the National League player final between Oldham and Southend. But other than that,
Oh, such a shame
No
about
football.
York, wasn't it? Got battered 3-0.
yeah,
Adam
3-0.
Mitchell
But
with it at the
I do know quite a lot of Oldham fans, because I went to uni with an Oldham fan. So pleased for them.
Jack, how
Okay.
pissed off are you that you missed a Brighton game this season?
Not that pissed off, because I had a good time, to be honest. But yeah, I don't know. It's a strange one, isn't it? Like, yeah, don't have every home game though, so it's not the end of the world, really. Don't give a shit.
Yeah,
How many games
yeah,
you
it's-
missed, Ben?
I don't think I was
Anyway,
anything,
Baz,
but
let's crack on with the
What
podcast.
about you,
then.
Maz? How many games you missed?
I've watched
Sorry, I was just
every
trying
game,
to.
mate.
I was just trying to prod your autism to see if you were going to get
Yeah.
really, really annoyed then.
Nah.
We're good.
I think
Good,
you've done
okay,
a
mate.
good job there, Ben, because he had a nibble there. So
Yeah,
yeah, nice.
Did have a nibble.
Right, boys, it is, of course, the Tottenham games, the last game of the season. Now, before we go any further, I'm just going to quickly explain to people who are a bit confused. A lot of rumours are going around about how we can qualify for the Conference League. So it's very simple. We need Nottingham Forest to beat Chelsea. That is number
Very
one.
simple.
No, as in the explanation simple. The actual logistics of it is not simple. There's a lot. There's a lot that needs to be happen. All right. So number one, Forest need to beat Chelsea. That is number one. Aston Villa need to get a point or more against Manchester United, and then the final part of the puzzle. Oh, and then we have to get a point or more, which is again another factor into it. And then final part of the puzzle is Chelsea to beat Betis in the Conference League final, and then we will be going to Europe. So they are the palpitations. We need 4 results to go our way. So in the grand scheme of things, yeah, I mean, it's possible. It is possible. It's not the impossible as it once was. Ben, how do you feel about all those things coming to fruition?
Weirdly, I'm very confident. And even I was even confident before the Liverpool game, because I thought I've had belief that we were going to get at least a draw from Liverpool, and I had belief that we're going to beat Tottenham, which I still think we will, and obviously probably have even more chance of doing that now that they won Europa League. And obviously the results have been going our way. City won that game against Bournemouth. Why didn't they do that against Palace? But that's a conversation for another day.
Yeah. Why couldn't Marmoush
goal.
score a 40-yarder against Palace instead of missing a penalty?
Can't
Can't score from
the
12
penalty
yards.
spot, yeah.
Silly mug. Right. Yeah.
So 3 or 4 of them have gone our way now, which is great. The one that does scare me the most, weirdly, is Chelsea versus Betis, not Forest. I think
I agree.
Betis.
I
can do
agree.
it. I think Anthony's on some generational run at the moment. You've got Isco there still being a baller. I feel it's the year of the bird. They changed their emblem to a bird, so maybe it's going to happen for them. But yeah, that's the one. Betis, I feel like they will have
I
Chelsea's
agree.
number on Wednesday.
I think the same. Jack, how do you think it's going to pan out? Do you reckon everything's going to go in our favour, or do you think there's going to be a slip up somewhere?
I'm worried about the Betis game. That's the game that I'm worried about. And whatever happens. If we finish 8th, we finish 8th, and that's where we deserve to be, I guess. And there's not a lot more we can do about it other than that, and just get on with it. So if we don't get Conference League next year, then we don't. I love Conference League. I love the opportunity to watch some of the teams in the Conference League. But if not, we just got to move on and plan for the next season. Don't think it has like a huge impact on like who stays, who goes. I think we discussed that previously in another pod. I think
Really?
I think if for example, I mean, there's links today with Matoma to Bayern Munich. I don't think it matters whether we're in a Conference League or not in the Conference League.
Yeah, fair enough.
He's still
Yeah.
going to go to Bayern Munich if that comes down to it. So I don't think it's quite like. I think that's just I think if we were in the Champions League, different story altogether. But Conference League isn't gonna stop you going to one of the biggest clubs in the world. So yeah,
Well, even Europa League is not going to stop you. So
yeah, no, exactly. Yeah. So for me, I don't think there's a massive change there. I think Pedro, it looks like he's gone regardless. Like, So for me, is what is what is.
Yeah. You've not seen the club are trying to save face now a little bit, with they're saying that he's going to be staying. They've resolved it now. So are they just saying that to bump the price up again? Though that's what I'm thinking. Yeah. They probably are really. Otherwise, because we're losing mad value on him because he's forcing a move out now.
Yeah. It's all a bit of a sad end for João Pedro. A lot of people, there seems to be a very mixed reception. Some people almost seem annoyed at Fabian for leaving him out. I'm sorry if he's going to act like a child, then and Fabian think that's the best thing. I think Roberto De Zerbi got a lot of praise for leaving out Trossard when he decided to have a strop. So I'm not sure why I think people do find it quite hard to sort of decide that maybe their favourite player is a bit of a dick sometimes.
Never meet your heroes.
Plain and simple. Yeah, so look, I think Pedro's been a great player for us, but if it's time for him to move on, I think we discussed this in the Liverpool podcast, then it's time for us to move on and get a bit of money and get someone in. But I think we've got ample replacement in that position if we do carry on next season. So, as much as it's just a Tottenham preview, I think this is addressing the Pedro elephant in the room.
Yeah. Yeah, no, we're going to discuss the Pedro stuff. So, yeah, it's good that we got onto it.
He's a penalty merchant anyway, guys. We won't miss him.
I mean, he is a great player. I feel like in this day and age, in every part of society, whether it comes to politics, whether it comes to food, whether it comes to whatever, football, people find it incredibly difficult to be nuanced. And as much as Ben said it in jest, there's a lot of people who seem to be going from this kind of, he's get him gone, he's crap anyway, he's not even that good. And then, some people are like, oh yeah, I saw someone say he's the best player we've ever had at the club. Yeah,
that's outrageous. When we've employed Pascal Gross, that is one of the most outrageous statements ever.
It's quite obviously Pascal...
And Elvis Manu.
It's quite obviously Pascal Gross or maybe Caicedo or McAllister and maybe Matoma. Arguably, he's not even the best player in the squad. But at the same time, look, he's been a really important player for us. Really important goals, penalty. We haven't had as good penalty taker for a long time. I remember for years we had problems with penalty takers, didn't we? Who just wouldn't, who'd miss all the time. And so, yeah, there's plenty of merit for him. If he stays, he stays. If he doesn't, he doesn't. But it looks pretty obvious to me I think his time here is done.
I did just want to say that actually, because Ben, you brought it up. The club have come out and said that they're going to keep him and he is going to be part of plans next season. So whether, again, that is the club just saving face and wanting to drive up value and keep that value, that's obviously very plausible. But also, on the flip side, if they are really, sometimes, well, most of the time when Tony Bloom says something, usually that is the case. So, yeah, it's going to be really interesting to see what happens with Pedro. But, yeah, just to go off the back of what Jack said, I think, for me, João Pedro, obviously a very talented player. He has provided us some of the most iconic moments as Brighton fans. That game against Marseille, And, there's been countless of, was he's been fantastic for us. So
even the Newcastle in the FA Cup, Herzler, he was one of the main things in Herzler's team talk, wasn't he? He was the one. I know we all say he's got an awful attitude. And I saw Brighton fans reposting it, actually the one when we posted it, reposting it showing, look, it's bad attitude. Yeah, he loses his head a lot. But in that moment, and it's probably not only been in that match, he was the one that was trying the hardest. And he had cramp because he was running the furthest. And he dragged us over the line against Newcastle in that cup game. Yeah. So it's weird because he does have this bad rep at the moment, but we forget that he does actually try on the pitch as well.
I think it's a bit of copium, isn't it, from our fans? I think in general, just trying to cope with another loss of a fantastic player, because we have suffered a lot in the past seasons with losing key players, especially every summer transfer window we have maybe 2 to 3 key players leave. So I think it's just a bit of copium, to be honest, from a lot of fans just not wanting him to go. But like Jack said, I think Jack summed up beautifully. Like if he stays, brilliant. It's great for the squad. It's great for the the quality of the team. However, if he does go, we've got Rutter, we've got Gruder, we've got Buonanotte, we've got Enciso, we've got so much depth in those positions that I think we'll be fine if he does leave. But yeah, that was a good little summary, I think, of Jack. Go on, Jack.
I think as well, like the window that we had in the summer, like I think what we were best suited to when this came around was replacing Pedro, and that's where we do seem to have had the depth in the area, in that area, and it does. I think people were even talking about like when we brought Rutter in that this is to sort of open the door for when Pedro leaves in maybe a year's time, and look, I agree with you that his performances have been very good, but he hasn't quite hit the heights of last season this year. He's only scored 10 goals across all competitions. It would be
He scored 1 goal against Southampton, which was a non-penalty goal since November or something like that.
Yeah,
I think.
So there are definitely some flaws to his game. So it is what it is. We'll see what happens. Come that weird little transfer window we're having before the Club World Cup, where it seems like there's going to be quite a lot of movement.
Yeah, well, a lot of clubs are moving early, aren't they? Like, for example, so we've already signed Biscagli. I think Wirtz is pretty much nearly signing for Liverpool. There's a lot of Frimpong's signed already. Like, a lot of clubs are moving early, I think, just to get things done. Because obviously there's going to be a busy summer. But just quickly, let's go back to Spurs, because that is why we're here. They obviously won the Europa League on Wednesday. They finally ended their 17-year trophy drought, and they are European champions, which can't be said for the other North London team. But, boys, it's going to be great for us, I suppose, because they're going to be half cut. They're probably going to be not caring what the result is. And it's going to be great for us, really. So all we need is a point. I think a point is all that's needed for us. And I'm confident that we can get that. Ben, do you agree with that?
Yeah, I think a win should be a piece of piss, really. If we manage to deal with a hungover
You've proper jinxed us now.
If we manage to
lose 3-0.
get a result against a drunk Liverpool team, then we should be able to do a drunk Spurs team. They're 17th in the league. Let's not forget. I know they won a European trophy, but Christ, they've been piss poor. So
that might have been one of the worst standards of football in a final I think I've ever seen. So
that goal summed it up. It was one of the worst goals I've ever seen. I'm like, well, it was an open goal by Shaw, I think, in the end. Or maybe it was given to Brennan Johnson. But
I think twice it was given. So they gave it to Johnson initially, then UEFA gave it as an own goal, and then they reversed it back to Johnson goal. So apparently he has been credited for it. So
okay, fair enough. I like that. I like that they're giving it to him, because then it's a good moment for Brennan Johnson in history. But yeah, I mean, I've seen images of James Maddison being next to a police officer with a drinking beer in the street and being passed out in the street. They're literally doing their trophy parade as we're filming this right now in London.
Yeah.
So that's going to be a big Friday night. They're going to be really hungover come Saturday. And then, we play them Sunday at 4 p.m. So they're not going to be in any good or fit state.
My only worry is we saw what Palace did against Wolves, and they were celebrating their FA Cup at their ground, obviously been partying for days, and they still beat them 4-2. So there is that slight...
That was without training. Steph at work told me that they didn't train, and they still won 4-2 against Wolves.
Obviously, Palace are a better team, to be fair, than Spurs. But still, I am a little bit... There's a slither of doubt. What about you, Jack?
Winning a trophy can always give you a bit of confidence, can't it? And it can give you confidence to play really well. I think Wolves are massively on the beach, though. Like let's not beat around the bush. Wolves have very little to play for. So it'll be interesting to see. I imagine that game was probably played at like half pace. So
I didn't actually watch the highlights, to be fair. So I'm. Let's just go into the game and let's just focus on winning it. I think there's looking too much into it. Focus like we would on any other game that we're playing them, and let's see what we can do. And you know what? Actually, getting 3 points, even if it doesn't get us Conference League, will actually be only 1 point less than we got under De Zerbi when we got into Europa League, which shows you how much tougher it has actually really been this year to get in the Europa League. So it'll be interesting. Perspective, Jack. I like it. Perspective.
I like it. That's a great stat.
But genuinely, I agree with Jack, and I've said this for the last 3 or 4 weeks now. Genuinely, if we don't get Conference League, I'm not going to be overly upset. Obviously, it'll be brilliant, but I really don't mind. As long as we finish the season strong, we recruit in the summer, we sign key areas. I think next season can be really special. I think we can do we can have a really good season next year. I'm very hopeful of that. I think if we can keep the nucleus of the squad, barring Matoma, hopefully he's the one player I don't want to lose. If we can keep hold of him, I think next season could be special. So, yeah, we'll see what happens. But, yeah, team news, boys. Obviously, yeah, as we discussed, Pedro not in the squad again. He's been left out again. And no Rutter, of course, as we knew. But, yeah, it looks like potentially the same 11 as last time out against Liverpool, potentially. Do we reckon any changes? Can you see any changes? No?
Maybe Harry Howe start. That'd be nice, wouldn't it? That'd be pretty
don't know. That'd be a bit risky, wouldn't it?
It'd be a surprise, but then, of course, we've got the Welbeck fitness issue, which I think a lot of people may have... A frustrating one there, because I think a lot of people maybe sort of rang this alarm bell in January that maybe we need another striker to play alongside Danny Welbeck. Admittedly, that could have been Pedro, but he's decided to be a twat. So, I mean, that's the truth. Let's be honest. So we don't have the option of another striker there. So look, I suppose there is that opportunity that Howe could do what he did on Wednesday night and sort of come on up front, or maybe Jack Hinchelwood in the centre forward.
Yeah, Hinchelwood is a little false nine.
Well, the thing is though, like a lot of people are very surprised with that, but I've seen him play that position quite a few times. Like it was not uncommon for him to play that for the under-21s to sort of play in that.
What position has he not played? That's what I want to know. Is the goalkeeper the only position he's not?
I think the only position that I have not seen him play is goalkeeper. I've seen him play right back, left back, centre back, centre midfield. I've seen him play out wide on both wings and up front for the under-21. So, yeah, I think he can really fit. Maybe even he will start up front. I don't know. But, yeah, I think it'll... I mean, this is like talking some crazy formations, and I think it's just going to be unchanged. I think that's the real thing.
I was so surprised to find out that Brood Hullet played multiple positions. Like I just thought he was like unbelievable midfielder, but I think he was a centre back. But then when he moved to Chelsea, they moved into midfield and stuff like that. I don't know if you saw him in the overlap, but I don't know where I was going with that. It was more like Jack Hinchelwood. It's very rare that these days that you have a player that can do all of it. And the only one that just reminded me of that is Ruud Hullet, but I had no idea that
Adam Virgo was big at that. Like Adam Virgo played up front,
midfield,
up front,
top, centre back. Yeah, no. Love that. Well, listen, hopefully it's unchanged because I thought we'd done well. We played really, really well against Liverpool.
Yeah.
So, yeah, we should hopefully do the same. I am quietly confident we'll at least get a point. I'll be so shocked if we lose. Like, I will be super shocked if we lose. But, strange things have happened in football, haven't they? And like you said, Jack, they've just won a cup. It might be, they might play with freedom. They might play like the Spurs of old when they had, Gareth Bale playing. So you never know. You might see Brennan Johnson turn to Gareth Bale.
Or Dane Scarlett could start up front. Who knows?
Yeah. Who knows? We'll see. But no, it should be a great game. Any other business, boys? I feel like we've covered most things, really.
Other business. Oh, yeah.
New signings.
Greg Halford is another player who played in every position. That So just on that.
Obviously, Stephen Alzate as well.
Steve Alzate loved to be all over the shop. So maybe it's becoming more common now to have like a little sort of utility play.
Well, John O'Shea famously was the ultimate utility man, wasn't he?
Yeah. But yeah, and also good luck to Archie and Jensen. I know them well. Big Brighton fans, away fans, who are walking to the game tomorrow. Oh, wow. And I think they're just north of Haywards Heath when I last spoke to them. So and you can find it on. I think I've shared it on my own social media, but they're doing it for charity, and they made almost 14 grand. So well done to them.
That's amazing.
Yeah.
Oh, well done. Big claps. Yeah, very well done.
You know what? An even bigger benefit for them. They get to listen to this tomorrow.
Yeah, exactly.
Whilst they're walking.
Yeah. Exactly. Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Listen to this for 20 minutes of the way there, which probably takes them about 5 hours to walk. So 20 minutes of a 5-hour journey. Yeah, good luck with that. No, but that's class. That is genuinely very impressive. So good luck, chaps, and enjoy the walk and enjoy the game, most importantly. But enjoy it by being disciplined, as Warnock would say.
Yeah.
So, guys, thank you so much. Oh, predictions, quickly. Ben, talk to me.
3-0 Brighton.
Nice. Who's scoring?
Not João Pedro. I'm going to say... Yankuba Minta's going to get 2.
Ooh.
And
the clinical finisher, Yankuba.
Adam Webster is going to score as well.
Bloody hell, I like it. Jack?
I'm going to go with 2-1. And I'm going to go with Karu Matoma and Danny Welbeck.
Nice. Yeah, I'm going to go. I think they'll score, but I'm going to share Ben's optimism of a 3-1. I'm going to go 3-1. And yeah, I think Matoma. Who else? Hinchwood's going to get another one. Why not? Just because we've been talking about him. And then who else is going to get one? Let's chuck in a Danny Welbeck. Let's have him score another one. Right, boys. Always a pleasure. Never a chore. Thank you so much for joining us, everyone. Please like, comment, subscribe, all that good stuff. Leave us a 5-star review on Apple and Spotify if you haven't already. We do appreciate it. And we shall see you for the final podcast of the season on, when is this game? Sunday? Probably Monday.
I thought we were doing multiple podcasts.
We are.
We are. We are.
But in terms of the actual match reaction, it's going to be our last match reaction of the season. So yeah,
I meant my first Seagulls Social season.
yeah, exactly.
Right, boys, peace out. A-Town down.
It doesn't function without me, this podcast.
Yeah.
It doesn't.
Here he is. Right, peace out in a bit.